Faarooq is on fire because we don't need no water since he is the new 6-star chase character for Showdown this weekend. Class is in session. The Brofessor is in. What's happening, y'all? Shout out to my brother who always used to say that when we were kids watching wrestling. So Faarooq is our weekend Showdown character. I do not get to keep him. He will be given back once this preview is completed. So let's check him out and see what we think at 6-star bronze. Love the animation and love the character design. It looks awesome. Well done to Scopely there. Aggressive powerhouse of the Attitude Era. His training ability at 26k leech gems do 75% more damage, and purple moves are going to start with 2 more move points. His links, he has the Ministry of Darkness. Matching black gems charge them by 2 more move points each time you do that. He's also part of the Attitude Era single gear. So here's our look at sort of the first move set that we're going to go for. We're going to go for one that is just going to be an easy super sub come feud time, especially when subs do a little bit more damage. And you're able to get more turns on your sub come feud. So this is the red move you're going to use. 170k damage. Choose a 3x2 area to make into black gems. And then we're just going to do 2 different subs. One makes row breaks, the chokehold, and then the elevated chokehold makes column breaks. Both make them random. Both go for 3 turns. And both of them are, as my good friend Davey D would say, beefy. They are beefy subs. One does 500k at the base. The other one does 400k at the base. So for our first move set, there's actually a lot that we can do in terms of entourages and coaches. So we're going to want to start with our red MP up first. That's to get this going in the feuds. The next one is really up to you. If you have Nikki Cross at 26k like I do, then she will do 100% more damage per turn for the sub. We get the black moves a little bit higher up charged. I don't think that's actually necessary come feud time. The other thing to do then is you can also put on Zombie KO, who will add 3 more turns to the sub. For me right now, it works out to roughly about the same, but come feud time, it might be better to have those. It's entirely up to you how you want to proceed with that. Black submission move. So if you have Daddy Rock on the backside of this, then you're going to get 50% more damage per turn and 1 more move turn. And if you have Logan Paul at 26k, he's going to do 50% instead of the 30 I have here, plus 1 turn. So you'll get another turn on the back end of that if you have him built up. So another reason to get him built up if you like sub move sets. And this is a super duper sub move set. Right now I'm going with Fury 2 medals because we're making all these row breaks and column breaks. I've put no plates on just to see what the subs do without him. And then we can put on things like an All Hearts and his new plate, which we'll show off in a bit. So let's go check this one out and see what we think. Faarooq is on fire. Perk-wise, I do have +2 perks. For the month long, and matching gives you 1 more. Slow it down for a second. I've been told I need to slow down my videos to make it better. Oh, that's going to totally, no, it did not cascade me. So in a feud, you're going to put down put down that red move first, make a 6 match, and then you are going to choose which one you want to go first. So these are going to go for 4 turns. So this is 4 at 1.3 million. So you're going to do over 5 million for that one. This one is 4 turns at 1 million plus. So we're going to be doing close to 10 million on these 2 subs back to back. And then we just blow up the board for the win. So now we can actually go faster. You know what? The haters are going to hate. The reason I like using this and Nikki Cross instead of ZKO is that we're going to leave a lot more of our sub gems on the board, making it easier to reload afterwards. If it's 7 turns and 7 turns, there's a really good chance there's going to be nothing left on the board that we can blow up. But that is not the case here. We'll even blow up some loot gems, get the board smashed. That does another 1 million right there. And our red move is ready to go again. As long as he doesn't get, well, that was kind of lucky. As long as they don't get a 5 match on you. Glad I can show you how the AI decides to have their way with you sometimes. Nonsense. All right. Well, we'll take our hit and keep on moving. Get out of here. A million hit for what? For what, I say. But I think he forgot that Faarooq is on fire. And so we're just going to end this because we're doing a million a turn for 4 turns. So he's not going to get out of that. So you can see at 5-star bronze, that's a really beefy super sub that you can use. And now let's put on his plate and the other plate. So for our second build now, what we're going to do, actually it's our same build, but what we're going to do is we're going to put the all hearts plate in. So that's going to work for 2 turns on greens and purples. And this is his new plate. And unfortunately, it still shows up not showing anything here. But if you make 6 or more, it's an ultimate plate, so you can use it in addition to a different plate. Whenever you make 6 or more sub gems, get 50% more damage to all of your gems, which helps us because we're making and blowing up the board. We'll stick with our Fury 2s at the moment, and we'll see if we can do a little bit more damage on the back end of things. Let's go, or let's bro. I also apologize that you're going to say Faarooq is on fire every time you use him now. That does not work for us. You work for us. All right, we did not cascade out of our turn. Now we'll put our subs down. So we're going to do a million per turn. Hopefully he doesn't get another super cascade on us. We'll make a second one. And as you can see, it works better for us. We're able to just blow up the entire board. And that one did closer to 2 million damage. So last time we did about 1 million. This time we did 2 million damage. And then we're all ready to go again. We'll hit the beefier sub. And then he's out of here. So in an era where super subs look like they're going to be making their way back, that is a pretty beefy and nasty sub that can be made even nastier with the right trainers and coaches. All right, next moveset. So for our next moveset, we're actually going to go triple black. We're going to bring in the Thrust Spine Buster, dealing about 200k, choosing 2 gems to make into 2-turn juggernauts that will deal 99k bonus damage for every row break gem on every countdown turn, and destroy 12 random column break gems at the end of the countdown. So here we are. We're using columns and row breaks at the end of each turn. So you're going to want to use the chokehold first. This is the #1 move right here. Whoop, let's go back to here. Let's go back to his moves. There we go. So this is 1. This is 2. This is also 1. You're going to want to put that one down first before you do anything. Hold on. Scratch that. Try again. 1, 2, 3. We want the row break gems on the board after this sub so that this move gives you that extra damage. Then this one blows up the board after that next sub. So we're going to use sub, and as Davey would say, rub-a-dub-dub. So we're going to continue with the super subs build. What I wanted to do is I'm going to keep the double black MP, so that way we start with more, with at least 7. The other way you can do this is put Santa Hogan in, but then it would only work for 1 of the 2 feuds per month because of max defensive perks, whereas this one, because you have black submission moves and 2 more move points, this will be ready every feud. So this is how I would probably run the triple black for the sub. And then I'm going to test out if row break gems do more damage. It doesn't show up here, so it might be a visual glitch, but you can put in Striker Bianca for 25% more damage per gem there. I believe it is Iron Sheik, the trainer version, that you can put here instead if you wanted to. So if you put Santa Hogan here, then you could put Sheik there for more damage per row break gem because of that countdown gem move. But we'll try it. We've still got both of the plates on. We still got Furies. So we're just going to check out and see what we think of this. Faarooq is on fire. So as I said, turn #1 is putting the Juggernaut gems down, and we'll put them in a corner where he's less likely to break them. And then we're going to put down the one that breaks row break gems. Remember to set it up that way so they go down first. We're going to make 20 of them. All right, we got lots left on the board. This time we did just a little over 1 million damage. Did it show? Is it still doing? It's still doing 99k. So she didn't actually do anything to help us with that. It is what it is. He did end up destroying one of our... Actually, oh no, he didn't. They're both there. Never mind. Takes his other swipe, and then this time we just blow up the board. So we get the extra damage, board blown up, and that did over 2 million. So by the end of our 2 turns, we did a little bit more damage than we did if it was the double sub with the red. Enough that we didn't have to use another turn or blow up the board. So a little bit faster, probably would be faster on the other end with more sub damage. But let's go check out another moveset. So for our next moveset, we're going to bring in the finisher. We're going to go double red with a green here. So the finisher is a big one. It's going to do a 1.86 million, and you're going to choose a 4x4 to swap into green gems to reload the green move, the leaping shoulder block. We're going to use the short arm clothesline. We're going to make a 2x2 area that is going to turn 1 turn countdown gems. And each one of those 1 turn countdown gems is going to do 680k damage and increase our red MP by 3 every turn. So we should be able to get this off a couple of times. Again, this is a cascade heavy build. And lastly, the leaping shoulder block, where we're going to choose 9 gems into red. This one has a lot of risk, but also a lot of reward. I don't have the best trainers for this, and I'll show you sort of why. Green moves, we need to start with 4 plus MP. In the first feud of the month where max defensive perks aren't there, this Santa Hogan is not necessary, but it will be necessary later on. So having Santa Hogan here definitely helps you make sure that that green move goes off turn 1. If you have Showboat Judgment Day Balor, you could put him here instead, and you would get +2 green MP, so that would help you and give you some more green damage. You can also put, and I don't have him, the tech version of Damian Priest. When he adds, I believe it's 150% more red move damage, and that is going to make his finisher smack way harder than I can show you here. You can also put on in the back end here, if you don't have Bret Hart, because we're going to do some red finisher damage, you can put on Snoop, you can put on Gooker. Both of those are going to help with move damage, but this is a build where move damage is your best friend. In terms of the titles, we're going to switch around these medals. Hold on. Much better. So we're going to put on some takedown 2s, so that way we get 80% more move damage. That has 150% more move damage. And then we've put on the NWO plate. Basically, anytime we break 6 or more red gems, we're going to increase our move damage by another 75%. So as you already seen, I'm leaving a little bit on the board, but we are going to put on, at least with all of these plates and medals, we're going to put an extra 300% red move damage to help buff that finisher and make it smack super hard. All right, let's go check it out in the real world and see what we think. Again, you don't need Santa Hogan for the first time through, but you are going to need him come feud time to do your damage. So first off the bat, we would have that ready to go. So we're going to put this, and this is going to do 1.8 million damage. We're going to put a 2x2 right there. All right, we're going to make a 5. We need to make a 5 match and a 3 match, and we need to not cascade. So there's our 5 match down the side. And then we are going to make a 3 match that don't cascade us. Let's do that. I like those 2 there. There we go. And of course we cascaded, because that's what we do. And nothing else goes up. So right now our finisher is 8.9 million, which is, as you can agree. And now our other move, because we broke too many, is sitting at 2.2 million. And now we will take, well, I guess we'll take our red, so that it goes off again next turn. So he was able to break 2 of our countdown gems because life isn't great for us. This time, all 4 of them are going to go off. And we did about 4 million damage. Our finisher has gone back down to 7 million. But that's still enough to defeat him on turn 2. If you were lucky, if we were lucky and you don't cascade this, you would be able to take him out a lot easier. But that's that finisher right there. hit for 9.33 million. So you can just see how big and beefy this can be. Let's go run this one more time and see what we think. All right, so let's try this one more time, see if we can do this without getting completely destroyed on this. All right, so we put those ones down. We need a 6 match in order to get our move plate to go off. There's a 3 match up top. Do not cascade me. There we go. There's one. All right, we're going to put our second set of these down on the ground. And now we're doing a 9 million finisher. We hit the swipe. Boom. So there's 8 of these at about 700K. So we're looking at over 5 million in damage coming off just from those countdown gems. That was a 2 million hit for those countdown gems. Oh, I don't want to do any of those. But with the swipe, it takes away. It shouldn't take that away with the swipe, but it doesn't matter. Still a big finisher. We're still going to do over 9 million. So all in all, on turn 1 there, we did close to 20 million. Right? Does that make sense? Just about. All right, well, that's Faarooq. Faarooq is on fire. We don't need no water, but you might need to spend some coin to get him this weekend as our chase character. Thank you so much for coming to class today. Brofessor out.